Guru Nation, welcome back to another episode. It's been a long, long time since I had my friend, my SOS business partner, Monica Quitiva on Latinos in Clinical Research. We've been busy. We're planning Save Our Sites. We're planning a bunch of Save Our Sites stuff. Mainly, it's the March 2026 conference in San Diego. Get your tickets if you haven't already. They might ask why, Monica, do I need to get tickets? Why are you so bossy, Dan?
Stay tuned with the SOS. SOS, why? I mean, it's so much things going on at SOS that for the ROI is just
Mm.
like instant because
Instant.
yeah, really, once you get to the first panel, that's the ROI paid already.
I think the
Because this
pre-party is
year,
already
yeah,
ROI
oh
paid.
yes, so they are that is even better.
The pre-party, the
Yes,
ROI is already
the
done.
prepare, yeah, and we have nice plans for next year. So, but next year conference is gonna be when is gonna have a little bit more things that last year. So it's going to be very exciting, especially for sites. And we have next year a lot more sponsors coming to the conference. Um, we're going to be doing
Yes.
workshops with the sponsors and the sites,
So
which
like
is
actual study
amazing.
sponsors
Exactly.
that are
So
sponsoring.
that's exactly. And
And some
and
are
you're
not
gonna,
sponsoring.
yeah, of course.
It's okay. We like
But
them
then,
both.
yeah, we like them both. And in addition to that, you're going to want to learn about the new technologies that are available. Incredible to grow the business, incredible to expand. So much of AI happening right now, so many good projects, so many good
It's goodies.
ideas.
It's
Yeah,
yum yum.
exactly. So it's a lot of things that you're gonna learn at the SOS. We're like the hub for AI, and that's going to be something very nice for sites, and you must take care of that because the
Mm.
sites are going to continue in the market that the ones that are going to be more modernized and doing
Yeah.
things with the different technologies.
And that's what we're talking about today with you. It's expanding the sites,
Exactly.
not just geographically, like you're about to do, like we're about to do. We might actually collab on that site with the Yuma Clinical Trials and your site. Uh,
Mhm.
but what about expanding the workflow capabilities? Because the thing who I was telling Chris, I had a podcast with Chris just a few days ago, which is why I told him preferably Monica today, because here we already did it with him. But I wanted to get your take on similar topics. The when I started in research in 2005, okay, you still had paper CRF. So the monitor came every 6 weeks. So you don't even have to enter data. That was entering data in the paper CRF. We had our source, is also paper. You do that when the patient comes or whatever. When that before the monitor come, you do the CRF. So it was not daily, not weekly. It was like every 6 weeks you would just cram. Here's all my source. Here's all the binders, and you just like go through everything so the monitor could tear out papers, right? Well, that changed. So that was a low bar, 6 weeks. The next bar that came up, the next technology that forced better standards was EDC, data entry in an electronic. Everybody was like, whoa, monitors were actually afraid. Believe it or not, Monica, I had a monitor back in '06 when we shifted to EDC. She's like, yeah, thank God I'm retiring in 2 years because they're going to take our jobs. And that was in 2006. I swear to God, she said this. And I was young at the time, so she's like, but you're gonna have to deal with this. And I was like, okay, I don't know what the hell. I don't care. I didn't see it as a
Yeah,
bad thing. She's like, yeah, because I
that
come here and pull pages and now I don't have to, and they're gonna have the machines checking the EDC.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's normal kind of getting worried about the new things that are coming, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but instead of getting worried, we should be just embrace it,
Embrace
and
it.
not just that, but learn how to
Yeah,
benefit from it.
yeah.
I wanted to ask, did you get the when you started, did you need to do the randomizations manually, or it was
No, no,
already the
you had to.
IAWRS and the
No, there was no
IBRS,
IWRS. There was
the
IVRS. So we called.
IBRS
Yeah.
over the phone? Yeah.
Uh-huh. And like a year or two
I
later, that
cannot
changed too.
imagine doing research.
That changed a year or
Yeah.
two later,
So
like with the
imagine,
EDC.
I, I actually got the chance to do some IBRS, I mean IBRS over the phone. Imagine.
Hmm.
So, but just that part, imagine doing the randomizations manually. I mean,
Yeah, like they had to do
that
before we
just
started.
crazy to me.
But the thing is, the point of
Exactly.
this
So
story,
this is only making things easier.
easier, but also, and this is the part where sites need to embrace it. The sites didn't have choice with EDC, right? The sites have choice with AI, but EDC made it to where instead of every 6 weeks, the data gets checked like at least every week. So they would tell you enter your data within 5 to 7 days. And then over the years, that became every 72 hours, some sites every 24. But now with the AI, it's instant. It's gonna be instantly. With some of our SOS sponsors are doing this. And it cites the standard is higher because if a site refuses, let's say that becomes the standard. If a site refuses and says, no, I don't want to do that, okay, well then, but the expectation is you enter your data instantly with a human in that case. So
Hmm.
it's a no-brainer. Like the quality is getting better. It's supposed to. That's what this stuff's supposed to do. So if you're a site, you need to figure
Hmm.
out how to embrace it as opposed to resisting it. And I get it because I
It,
don't want to change things sometimes
it's
either.
I mean, and if you think about it, that's going to make things more um easier because let's say, for example, there is a technology with the AI that can transfer the data already. And we know because we have one of our sponsors that does
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and doing that, I mean, entering the data in the EDC takes time. That time now can be devoted to other things, like, for example, um, patient recruitment, creating other avenues to reach out to the community, um, and I mean business development in different other areas. That's what to me. That's how I see AI helping. Um, and even with the patient recruitment, some of the sponsors or many of the sponsors that we have are doing incredible things with the AI on recruitment.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we have one that does, which is Patient Ace, that does the advertisement, the patient recruitment. Then you get all the database, and then we have another sponsor that they just do the phone calls like
Mm-hmm.
24/7. So that's automation as at it is best, and not just that, but it's also showing excellent results.
Yeah,
So why not embracing it, right? Why we
I think so.
resist if it's making it easier for us? Um, and
And you'll
I think we
find
have to
things for your
evolve.
other staff. You'll find things for your other
Exactly.
staff
Uh-huh.
to do.
There
Um,
is always something that requires the human
always.
um, perspective. At least up to this point, right?
No,
We
there
don't
is
know
like
in
a
the following
tremendous
years.
value
Yeah,
add. One of our
yeah.
staff, you know her, you train her, you train all of our staff, but Lana, you know Lana,
Yes.
our coordinator. She's our head of community outreach too, besides being a coordinator. And so her mom owns a restaurant here in Yuma. And so she asked during October through December, her mom is in Korea. So she's asked to watch the store to so she asked me, can I work part-time? And just because I have to do this for my mom, I say, yeah, no problem. You know, you can figure out remote work when you're there, whatever. So she goes from work to her restaurant and then back to work. So she doesn't take off her shirt, her YCT shirt, right? She keeps it on. She already got two referrals in this last week, two patient screenings because of this.
See,
Because she's wearing
see,
a shirt, like in a rest. So
exactly,
you can find other things for
exactly.
humans to do that the AI can't do.
Yeah. Yeah, the best things that we can do as humans, and I think the best things are involve relationships, obviously, right?
hmm
So
hmm
that what she's doing is basically that.
hmm
She's like a
A billboard.
human advertisement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
true.
it's great. And people love to ask. Obviously, in some point, the AI is gonna be very humanized, but it's never gonna be us. And
hmm
and and uh, and um and we will. I mean, I don't like to speak with the machines on the phone,
No,
and even that the
they will
AI
be
is
indistinguishable at some
is
point, though.
so
At some point, they will be
yeah,
indistinguishable.
more likely, of course.
But I do,
At some point it will be, but we'll still like the relationship with humans.
yeah, there is a, like, if you think about clinical research as we know it, it's only 100 years old. Like I know Dr. The scurvy with on the boat, but like the research as we know it, like with academics finding a drug and then biotech industry taking it, and
Hmm. Hmm.
that's 100 years. Like Nuremberg Code was in the
Hmm.
40s, so we're not even 100 years ago where the Nazis and all that were doing studies on
No.
the prisoners. So it's a new industry. I actually don't think this industry as we know it survive another 100 years. Like, I think we will get to a
Oh
point
yeah,
soon where you don't need
same.
people in the study, you just need your digital twin. And they're already working on that. So you're thinking about expanding geographically too, right?
Hmm.
You live in South Orange County and you're thinking
Hmm.
about, and this is where would probably make sense for us to partner on a site,
Open aside. Yeah.
because we're trying to do the same thing, trying to expand.
Hmm.
Uh, what are you looking for as far as when starting the site, um, using the same models from your existing site, or you're gonna change anything different?
No, I think everything. I want to start everything with all the technology possible
But right now, your site's
because if
using
it's
already everything, no, or
yeah,
no?
we're using many things like we're using, for example, the electronic services.
Okay.
Um, and our electronic services now have AI to assist with the protocols and all of
Which
that,
one? Which
which
one are you using? The
eClean Pro, eClean Pro,
Okay.
and
So you
now
okay?
it has a bot that assists you, which I really like. I have been having meetings with organizations that do AI things. Like all of them are basically our sponsors. So you're gonna see them on our website on Save Our Sites.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the intention of this is to to improve our work, to improve our service, and to make it more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Making use of the new technology. I am also learning about AI, so that way I can embrace it better. And and I think that's how things are gonna go, and that's what it helps to expand, especially when it comes to because sometimes I mean, and this is probably the same issue all over all the sites, that having a very premium coordinator, you don't want to over give them too much work.
Yeah.
So then we can remove that work that can be done now by the technology and let this coordinator shine bright with what they know how to do, right?
Which is everything else, everything that requires the human
Yeah.
element.
Hmm. Hmm.
So there's, yeah, we use a lot of tech. There's still things that tech cannot replace, like PI oversight. So, recently we had an audit. Thank God we have like 6 or 7 PIs here. Well, 7 because we don't have studies for one of them. Uh, but we had one who was fine early on, but got busier later in their clinic and couldn't dedicate like the oversight needed. And then that triggered a sponsor audit and ultimately triggered like what I think we're gonna be on a screening hold. But the PI told us, hey, I don't think I can do this anymore. Um, and so you're not gonna win them all. You're not gonna keep every PI, but the technology doesn't replace that or things like that because we have all the latest stuff and
Hmm.
you still can't get a PI to do certain things. Like you're not gonna log in for him and sign on his behalf, right? You're not allowed to do that. And even meet with the patients, like you can't, or when a monitor comes, you can't bring the PI's clone. They're not available. They have to be themselves. So technology is still going to do a lot, but you can still not be a good site
Oh,
if
of
your PI,
course, of
you don't
course, of
have the
course.
oversight and who is that person to persuade the PI, hey, you gotta come. It's not going to be a machine. It's going to be a human
A human.
coordinator
Uh-huh,
that's
exactly.
telling them,
That
listen, we need you here, blah, blah, blah.
that's why then specifically for PIs, I think the PI should be trained properly to be a PI because oftentimes they do not understand some of the nuances of being a PI, how to show the PI oversight.
So you may have had a good PI in the beginning that is not a good PI anymore, despite the technologies. And I think that's ultimately for the staff to kind of make their lives easier, but it's not always possible.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's true. The principal investigator is so important, and I think it's so important that they understand all the nuances, right, of research. Um, and and obviously, if they don't know as much or they don't understand that, it can be hindering for the site too.
Yeah, and I think this for the sites, the best defense against this is to always be expanding, I think. So this is why it's attractive for me to go to Orange County, even though we're in Yuma, and to go to Phoenix. I have a friend who has a psychiatrist friend in Phoenix that wants to do research, so we might maybe we lost the capability in one place, but we have it in another place. And at the end of the day, you still are doing the studies for your site. You're just expanding your site. So and then I think the tools help you expand because you can manage the systems from anywhere you are and you kind of figure things out as you go. But the auditors are getting kind of picky on the technologies now. Like okay, we got audited and they looked at all of our systems and of course, they wanted like the validation from all of them, which we gave, but they wanted my audit trail of when people get added and when they get removed. And then for everyone that was added, some capability that wasn't part of the study, like if they were not on the delegation log, they wanted a note to file what was this person's role. So it does create more work in some regards too, but I think you just have to get used to that.
Then one thing, how how do you usually go and get more PIs, or how do you reach to them?
So far, all of them, the majority of them have been from our first PI that is well connected. So whenever I needed a specialist, I would ask him and he would say, yeah, I go to the same gym as this guy, call him. and he gave me his phone number. Like, and then when I call that guy, he's like, "Oh yeah,
Mm,
Dr. Smith already know, they know I'm not like a stranger necessarily." So that's been helpful to find that one PI or one sub-I that's connected with a bunch of people. Jaime, or who you know, our sub-I,
yeah.
he's
Hmm.
connected with in San Luis, Arizona, with a lot of people. That's how we're gonna try to expand out there. And then a few of them I found myself. Like I just went to their offices and uh, waited in the waiting room until they came out. Like the last one I went, no one referred me. I needed that specialist, so I went in his office. Busy private practice. Receptionist is telling me no, he's not available. Who are you? I said no, I'm here from Yuma Clinical Trials. I have study opportunities. And they said no, we don't do soliciting. I said, well, this is not solicit. I said, good thing this is not soliciting in that case, because it's a research opportunity. And then they saw that I wasn't leaving, and they said, "Well, he's with patients all day." I said, "Well, I'll just wait. When he gets a break, I'll just be right here in the waiting room." And then he came out in 10 minutes. So, and then I got to talk to him.
Wow.
I got to talk to him for another 10 minutes. So, part of it's just being stubborn. I mean, maybe in some clinics I would have literally sat there all day and not seen him, but I would have left after an hour.
Yeah,
Um,
you know what I have been doing? I guess I share with you. So I have been going to a specific um like um like the Chamber of Commerce
yeah, you love that. You
events.
love that.
It's so incredibly
But you're in a
amazing
unique
how many
city, though.
people.
Irvine is a
Yeah.
unique city because Irvine is like very business tech friendly, maybe one of the most in the whole nation.
Mhm. Yeah, probably. But then what I also have been doing, or and have also my plans for the next site is, you know, that they do like a job fairs for doctors and
Hmm.
job fair. I have been going to that. So the
Ah.
majority of people there are doctors.
And where anyone get mad that you're there? Or do you go unofficially, or
No,
do you just go as a
no,
guest? Like
no. They actually, the first time that I went to one of these events was when I was looking for a job on research. So, I mean, on pharmaceutical. Back then, I didn't know much about research,
okay.
but we're talking about 10 or 12 years ago when I started looking before I met you.
Ah, okay.
And I used to go to to these events, and they were just getting my CV. I was looking for a job back then,
Wow.
and I was talking with the hospitals and telling them, look, I'm not a doctor, but I have this experience, this, and that. And then I start meeting doctors and meeting more people. So then when I was thinking about getting more doctors for a multi-specialty site, I was just like, I'm gonna go back and do the same. They don't get
Okay.
upset. They actually kind of very nice because doctors oftentimes don't know much about research or don't know how to start a site, or they have interest. And especially because a lot of the time, the doctors that you see on this job fairs are either brand new doctors or somebody that moved from another state. So I really like these doctors because they have all the passion and all this
Now
energy and all these new ideas.
at the Chamber of Commerce, what is the strategy? Because that's business, all kinds of businesses. Like, how do you
Yeah.
see a
So I
doctor?
speak with, yeah, there is doctors. If you don't see doctors, then you will see the managers, the office managers trying to network to expand their business too.
Hmm.
And on the last meeting with the chambers of commerce, I met so many people, so interesting, so many good ideas came out of it. A lot of contacts. Um, I mean, you name it. Many things that can increase or help you with your business. Like for example, I met somebody that has um, um, transportation business that is more, for me, is more trustworthy with the patients. Not that Uber or Lyft are not,
Yeah, yeah.
but this is just different, and the charges are not that crazy.
I'm curious, have
Um,
you done, I know you do the Irvine Chamber of Commerce because I went with you one year, but do you do have you done the Santa Monica one?
I have not done the Santa Monica Chamber of Commerce. However,
Oh,
I
that's
went to
probably
a
a big one.
networking, yeah, I went to a networking event here. Oh my gosh, yes, it's just amazing. I really
Santa
like to go to
Monica, I
these
mean,
networking
you're in
events.
two top tier cities in the nation with those two for different reasons, but Santa Monica's got a nice tech startup scene too.
Oh, yes. I mean, the networking here is prime.
Did you know I
Yeah, I
grew up
really
there
like.
from kindergarten
Yeah,
through 10th grade?
yeah, I remember.
Ah, okay. Sure.
I remember
That's
that.
my hood. That's my old
Yes,
hoods out there. I was
yes,
on
it's beautiful.
near Lincoln and Ocean Park, and then Lincoln and Rose on two different houses.
So we're like probably 20 minutes, 15 minutes from that area.
Yeah, it seemed like you're on the other
It's
side.
very, yeah, we're very close, yeah. But
Yep.
it's, yeah, definitely. I mean, but that only helps the sites to grow. Like really going to this networking event, even if it's not related to
Hmm.
the industry, because we are a niche, right?
Yeah.
And people really love to hear about what we do. Like every time I say I work in pharmaceutical research or clinical trials, everybody's just like, wow, what
Yeah.
is that?
It sounds like a
Explain
science,
me.
like you're doing science.
Exactly. I
That's the thing
mean,
I wanted to talk about because
yeah.
the AI is going to free up, this is for the employees. The AI is going to free up your time or allow you to learn new things. Like there's really three pillars in research. It's ClinOps, which includes the recruitment, so the ClinOps, the regulatory, and then
Exactly.
the science. Like it's those three things that are connected. And regulatory, you can streamline it. Some sites do. I'm gonna eventually have just the
Mhm.
regulatory person. That's it. Then the ClinOps, so the coordinators
Yeah,
just do ClinOps, which is recruitment and everything else. And then, but the science, this is kind of a shared responsibility of everyone, unless you're like a clinical scientist. I think it's time that the sites, like the doctors already know it, but the sub-Is and the CRCs start learning this stuff because you can communicate better to a patient and then you can learn for yourself, like how to
exactly.
increase your own skill set and your
Mhm.
knowledge.
I was saying that another thing that sites can do to expand and to keep earning that trust in the community and taking all that time that the technology is opening up, right? Creating more things that involve more people, like for example, meetup groups,
Hmm.
and
Yeah,
for the site, like let's say we have a meetup for whatever condition, and then the doctor or the clinicians at the site can provide some, presentations or things like
100%.
that to engage more patient, and not just that. That can actually also grow the principal investigator patient for the
100%.
private practice.
100%. That's exact. So I said we have, I don't think in the next 100 years clinical trials survive the way we know it. I think they'll be all simulations on, but you'll still need the people to donate their digital twin because that's data. So you're still gonna need a recruiter in some sense. And you still might need data entry or like maybe not the entry, but the analysis and the like you're doing a virtual visit, but it's still like you still have to like collect answer queries, deviation, blah blah blah. So you probably still have a coordinator, but I don't think sites as we know them, meaning the ones we operate, exist in 10 years. I think in 10 years we get bought by private equity and then they all turn into site networks. So I think in the next 10 years, maybe 15, everything is consolidated with just big giant site networks.
Or you can create your own, like
Or you can
like
create
we
your
were
own.
talking.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
we're trying to do.
yeah,
That's why
exactly,
we're,
exactly.
and then okay, get acquired and we're all in. And maybe, hopefully, I'm wrong. Hopefully, there's still an ecosystem for the small mom and pop. I don't know. I don't see it going that way, but maybe that happens somehow. I don't see it. I see a consolidation, massive consolidation, and then maybe a bubble burst, and then maybe small sites come back. Maybe that's how. But I see this happening first. So technology is going to be there, but you guys need it. You're going to have more time. You have to figure out ways to do this.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And there is another that the place that you can go and see and get to meet all this new technology is gonna be SOS. Is the most
Yes.
convenient,
Yes.
price wise
Yes.
is how you call it, price convenient. Yeah, is the most convenient for the sites, because of the cost, and not just that, but the ROI is exponential.
Just from the pre-party itself, and you want even wilder ROI? Houston Regional Meetup is free. So
Yeah,
free.
yeah, yeah.
We
The
didn't release
regionals,
where or
yeah,
what kind of venue. We didn't
yeah.
release what kind of venue
Mhm.
yet
No,
publicly.
but we can do it right now.
Okay. Well, you know better than me, so I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah, I mean, the regionals are awesome because obviously the sites get to connect with the sites around them and it's intimate, but obviously the big conference will have all this education, all these different things that you could do. So both are amazing, both are for different purposes. Um, and Houston is going to be
December.
in an absolutely beautiful place. Yes, December 6th. Is going to be in a winery. The food looks amazing.
Winery.
We're gonna have wine tasting.
I can only do red wine, by the way, guys, but I'll
Yes,
be there. I'm actually coming to this one.
yeah. So, I mean, and if you want to join us, hurry up and reach out to us via the hello email, hello@safeoursites.com.
Aha.
These regionals have a cap, so we will be able to only have 80 sites at the same time. And we're reaching
Mm.
that point, of people. So if you're interested, please reach out to me via the
Hello
hello
at
email
saveoursites.com.
dot com.
That will
Yes.
go to
And
Monica.
then after that, we will have one in North Carolina, January 31st, next
Ronick,
year.
our boy Ronick is gonna
Exactly.
be co-hosting that one. That's one that I
Mhm.
can't make it to, but maybe I'll join on Zoom or something.
Yeah, I will be there. I will be there.
Okay, okay.
I will cover.
See, we're giving so much value. These are free
Yes,
meetups.
exactly,
And you're
exactly,
not going to be bombarded by people trying to sell you stuff because they are not giving the location.
exactly.
And you have to
First of
email
all,
that hello at
that
saveoursites.com.
exactly. Many you're not gonna be bombarded because first of all, it's only for sites. The only sponsors are the people, the companies sponsoring the event. So that's a exclusivity for the sponsors, and it's also nice for the sites because the sites are not going to be, with so many different vendors, and and we get to chat, we get to help each other, we get to improve things, and have ideas, share time, eat nice food, and some drinks. So you're more than welcome to access to all the regionals, and obviously the conference is going to be amazing. What we have in store for you is prime.
There you go. So hello at saveoursites.com is the email. Go do it. Monica, thank you. We're going to be talking more about this in future podcasts, in person at these events. This is a not a we don't have the answers. This is the trends that we see and what we're doing. So thank you so much, Monica, for coming on. Everybody go follow her. Her LinkedIn is underneath this video and in the
Yes.
show notes.
And my YouTube channel is now active. but it's in
Mm.
Spanish. So if you want to
Brush up
check
on my
his,
Spanish. I'm gonna do it. Wait, am I
yes.
subscribed? I think I am.
I don't know. I have to check.
Is it a new YouTube channel?
No, no, no. It's the same one. It's just
Yeah,
that
I'm
I
subscribed.
activated. Yeah,
I'm subscribed.
I reactivated. I have a new podcast coming up,
La voz de
which
estudios clínicos,
La Voz de los Ensayos Clínicos. Yes.
ensayos.
Dan, before we
Mm,
finish,
mm.
this is, I'm gonna leave you this so you can do this topic in English.
Oh, thank you, because that's the one I would
Yeah,
have chose.
yeah. So did you know that I was listening the other day to a podcast and I learned, I mean, I knew, but I was not, I got a lot of more details about it.
Mm.
Is is research has been probably for 100 years, like you mentioned. Did
Yeah.
you know that females were only approved to start being part of research only in 1984?
Yeah, I know.
Can you believe that? It's
It's because
just
of the pregnancy
crazy.
risk and well, essentially it was the pregnancy risk. But then with the
Yes,
birth control getting more and more popular, they allowed it. But yeah, it's crazy. It's not, of course, it's discriminatory, but it's not without
that
rationale. Like,
intention. Yeah, it was not with that
yeah,
intention.
nobody
But it's,
wants, even we tell all our subject, the female ones, do not get pregnant in this study. We have to follow you
yeah,
for 18 years. Like,
yeah,
you don't want to risk potential harm. We don't know what this does to a fetus. Don't get pregnant. So even we don't treat our male and female participants the same. Like
yeah, the same.
how many warnings do you give a male participant? Hey, don't get pregnant. Don't get your wife or girlfriend pregnant. But to a woman, you're like, that's the first thing you say, you know?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
so I understand it's horrible, but it's what happens. But and
Yeah, but unfortunately, that put all the treatments
hmm
for women very behind. So the data
yeah.
that we have for us is just very low.
I think that's
And
where the digital twin comes in because because it directly impacts the health outcomes for females. Yeah,
yeah, so even something as simple as a screen, we were not part of that data.
I know. It sucks. And
So
now
that's
we
very
are though. I
interesting.
think
Yeah. Mhm.
anecdotally we have more female participants than male by far.
Participant thing.
In my site, anecdotally. I don't
Um,
know. I didn't look at the
on my,
number.
I mean, it's nice that now women are more open to that, and that the studies are open for females
I
too.
think they are more open to it in general, but yeah,
Yeah,
because I'm looking anecdotally when we had the studies I was still the coordinator, it was mostly female. But now it looks like it's skewing back to like 50-50.
yeah. So good to know. A
Yeah.
lot of things to do, a lot of things to
Denali
improve.
talks about that a lot on
Mhm.
LinkedIn.
Yeah. Mhm.
Shout out to her.
So exactly. Say hi, Denali.
All right, go follow Monica right now. Go follow her new YouTube channel. Actually, I'll put your new YouTube channel on there.
Okay.
And
Thank you so much.
bye bye.
Bye.